And then, like I said, Ion has come back and basically attacked. And I wondered why exactly, was he back if the three Hallibel's faction were defeated. But then I thought about it. Maybe they never had the chance to use Ion if he's managing to take out an attack at the very least and land a massive hit on Kirige's transformation. So, I mean, I'm just going to assume that Ion never went into play in that previous fight. Now, that was good because it was back up, and I wanted to see Ion after the last time because he kicked a lot of ass. But, at the same time, I was like, okay, I wanted that fight to be done with so we can get to the main thing. I want to see Ichigo go Bankai and kick some ass. But, hey, Ion shows up. He's landing several hits on the next chapter. Just hit after hit after hit after hit. And I'm just like, wow, okay, holy shit. And it's pretty awesome. And then Kirige, I don't know if he tilts his pentacle on his head or strengthens it or something. It appears to be a different color. But he's basically saying, oh, I'm going to need more strength to beat you. So I'm like, okay, as I figured, that cliche bullshit. One person's losing, so they transform. They're losing, so they transform. They're beating you, transform, etc. So I figured Kirige was going to lose to Ion and then transform even just a slight bit and come back. So I would imagine next chapter that Ion's going to get destroyed very quickly, and then Ichigo is going to become go Bankai. Or, like I was saying about Grimmjow, why I believe he's going to come back soon is we're in Hueco Mundo. We're in Hueco Mundo. The entire time Grimmjow existed, he was in Hueco Mundo, with the exception of going to the human world twice. He never went to Soul Society, he never went to any of that shit. He was in Hueco Mundo the entire time. When he fought Ichigo, he was in Hueco Mundo. When he was defeated, he was in Hueco Mundo. When his body went laying there and hasn't been seen in over 200 chapters, he was in Hueco Mundo. So I would imagine that he's going to be in Hueco Mundo now. So, and they're in Hueco Mundo now, Ichigo and friends, fighting a massive enemy. You can't tell me that Grimmjow's not going to notice this shit. I have a feeling that Kirige is going to be like, ha ha ha, and next a big-ass claw is going to come to the back of his skull, right out of his fucking face, and Grimmjow's going to show up already in his resurrection form, like, missed me, or something stupid like that. But anyway, and I forgot to mention that before, that when Kirige was charging his abilities, his thing, he wasn't, radiating Reishi, he was absorbing it from the areas in Hueco Mundo, and that's a problem, because a lot of Hueco Mundo, like the Soul Society, is made of Reishi. That's really convenient for Quincy's and really bad for pretty much everybody. I mean, I don't really see a lot of Arankars or Shinigami doing that. So, that sucks. That means the only place that the Quincy's won't have an advantage is the human world. And how many fights are you going to see there with the Quincy's? Whatever. But anyway, yeah, so, and during that, Orihime's, like her Santen Keshin, which is now like a shield bubble, which I thought was fucking awesome, it's being absorbed away, like the bubble's going, and it's just going into his power, and that's ridiculous. And I was just like, wow, okay then. And, and then of course he got destroyed by Ion, and he was kicking Kirige's ass, and then Kirige transforms again, I suppose, blah blah blah. And that's what happens. And what else happened? There's one thing that I'm missing that I forgot. Oh yeah, I can't remember. The only thing I didn't like about that chapter was that it sort of took a little break, and it went to the Soul Society, and it was talking about, the whole deal with the Quincy's with war, and it came back to Shino and Yuki, and I was like, come on, don't waste my chapter space. And this new guy, who's a 6th seat of Squad, no, it's 13, 6th seat of Squad 13, I don't quite remember his name. He's in the face and in the glasses, he looks just like Aizen, but his hair looks very similar to Ryuken, and I thought that was just like, okay, wow, I wonder who this guy is. We know he's going to be important to some degree later on. Who's talking about the Quincy arc, the Quincy's themselves, and about the extermination, saying, and he explained why the Quincy's were exterminated, and I explained that in the beginning of my video, and that was already explained towards the beginning of the series, so that pissed me off that they were wasting my chapter like that. But he managed to go a little deeper, saying that Soul Society is fighting them because of what they believe is right, and the Quincy's are doing the same thing, and that's what war is. Both sides fighting for what they believe is right, and I was like, okay, there's a deeper meaning to this. I mean, there may be more to the Quincy's than just being assholes, but we'll have to find out more about this. What exactly is their goal? Why are they taking over the Soul Society? That's that. So that's the end of the recap. Now I'm going to do a very quick summary of the arc, like what I like, or what I expect from it later. I'm waiting for the Soul Society. I'm waiting for the Soul King to come into play. They refer to it as an it, so holy fuck. And I'm also looking forward to the Royal Guard and what the deal with that is, when they will come to play. The King's Key may be coming into play. I want to know more about this Empire King. I want to know more about the other Von den Reich members, like the one that was talking earlier to the Soul King, or the Empire King. I'm sorry. I have reason to believe he might be the Soul King, but I seriously fucking doubt it. But that aside, and in the title chapter of March of the Star-Crossed 2, I believe it was, you see a group of people wearing white coats like captains, and they have the Quincy pentacle, but the edges look like spades, the spear-looking things. So I want to assume that those are basically the captain equivalent of, the Von den Reich. So I want to see more about them, and I also want to see what else? I want to see Unohana's Bankai, Yamamoto's Bankai, Chushiro's Bankai, Kyoraku's Bankai. I would like to see Kenpachi at least get a Shikai, because if he goes fucking Bankai, the show ends. I mean, it's not like he defeats everybody if he goes Bankai. It's like Kenpachi would be like, Bankai! And then the screen would turn black and there'd be no more Bleach. That's what would happen if Kenpachi went Bankai. So I want to look forward to something like that. I want to see where this arc goes, how many people die, when they die, what exactly happens between the Empire King and Ichigo. I just want to see more of this arc, because this arc has been nothing but great. And one thing I like about it is there's a bunch of mysteries that you don't quite understand, and it makes you think. And whenever they reveal an answer to one of those questions, you get 4 more, and it's just like, wow, like how did the Quincy survive up to now? Who is the Empire King? What is the Soul King? What does the Royal Guard look like, and where the fuck are they? Where is the Quincy Palace located? What is their beef with the Soul Society? I mean, I understand it has to do with the extermination of Quincy's, but there has to be more to it. Why did they wait until now to do what they're doing? There's so many questions still unanswered and these are questions that weren't from the beginning of the series or later. These are the questions that all came up within the first 12 or 13 chapters of this arc. And I'm just wondering, and wow, this arc is turning out really great. I can't wait for the next chapter, and the next chapter, and the next chapter. It's definitely already better than the Fullbring arc, and I'm just waiting to see if it will top the Arrancar arc or the Soul Society arc. We'll see. So that's it. I'm sorry I made this a little long, but hey, whatever. I hope you enjoyed it, and as always, watch that manga. Yeah, that'll be my catchphrase. No.